A recently discovered 2,000-year-old skeleton covered in gold has shocked scientists. In the priceless archaeological treasure trove of humanity, many artifacts of both economic and historical value have been discovered. Among them, numerous objects have left archaeologists puzzled and fearful of the secrets they hold. These include mysterious mummies that remain perfectly preserved after thousands of years, priceless artifacts that defy measurement, and the secrets behind ancient tombs that are thousands of years old. So, what discoveries have archaeologists made in recent years? Let's explore them in today's video. 13 alien skulls. In some tombs dating back over 1,000 years, located at the Mora Reforma archaeological site in Tabasco, Mexico, archaeologists unearthed 13 strangely shaped skulls. These skulls have sparked curiosity within the archaeological community due to their elongated and unusual appearance, resembling the heads of extraterrestrials from fictional works. According to studies by the National Institute of Anthropology and History of Mexico, these skulls are the result of intentional shaping, achieved by binding the head for many years. Two of the skulls were split in half with extremely sharp marks, suggesting that at least two individuals underwent a terrifying sacrificial ritual during the classic Maya period, around 600 to 900 AD. The Maya practiced head binding for many years, believing that deformed skulls signified high social status and beauty. They began elongating the skulls of children around 10 years old, as the skull bones were most malleable at this age. The Maya would tightly bind the heads of young children with wooden boards or cloth. After a period of time, the process would result in children having egg-shaped skulls, sometimes even resembling alien heads. However, some cases of brain damage occurred during the skull deformation process, leading to permanent injuries or even death. The skulls were discovered in a pyramid and temple at the eastern square of the ancient Mora Reforma city. The arrangement of the tombs suggests a sacred and special nature, with signs that these could be sacrificial graves. While much information has been gathered about these discoveries, the reasons behind why these individuals were sacrificed in such brutal rituals remain a mystery. 1,500-year-old gold pieces. Beneath an ancient temple in the village of Vingram, on the outskirts of Lillehammer, archaeologists discovered 35 small gold pieces dating back to the 5th to 8th centuries. These gold pieces are square, about the size of a fingernail, extremely thin, and engraved with images of men and women dressed in lavish costumes. Some pieces depict couples facing each other, with the man on the left and the woman on the right, suggesting that these gold pieces could date back to the Merovingian dynasty, which ruled the Frankish kingdom from the 5th century until around 751. Eckhoff, an archaeologist at the University of Oslo, said, "The gold pieces are very small, but the designs are extremely detailed. Typically, women are shown wearing dresses, sometimes with sashes and cloaks, while men wear shorter tunics that reveal their feet, and they may also wear cloaks. Both can wear jewelry, have different hairstyles, and hold various items such as drinking cups, staffs, rings, or make different gestures with their hands." These gold pieces are so detailed and diverse that they serve as resources for studying clothing and symbolism of that time. Discovering such gold pieces in Norway is extremely rare, with only 10 locations having ever found them, mostly at ancient worship sites. Most interpretations suggest that the gold pieces have mythological or ritual significance. Some theories propose that the pieces with couple designs depict the sacred marriage between the gods Frey and Gerd, or were used as offerings in wedding or fertility rituals. However, there are also other hypotheses that suggest these could have been temple currency. Their discovery in buildings and in holes of load-bearing columns suggests that they might have been offerings or items marking specific seating areas, halls, or worship rooms. However, to determine exactly what these mysterious gold pieces were used for in ancient times, archaeologists still need more time for further research before they can provide a definitive answer. The Love Child, 50,000 years ago. A multinational team of archaeologists has successfully excavated and studied the remains of a 13-year-old girl found in an ancient cave in Siberia, Russia. Through their research, they confirmed the discovery of a real hybrid child between two different species within the genus Homo. This is direct and significant evidence supporting the long-standing theory of human hybrids. Although broadly referred to as humans, Modern Homo sapiens, US, are just one species within the larger Homo genus. However, we dominate this genus today, as we are the only surviving species of it. The young girl recently discovered is a distant relative of ours. DNA testing revealed that her father was a Denisovan and her mother was a Neanderthal, both of which are extinct ancient human species. The girl's parents, along with their species, migrated to this land long ago. Neanderthals primarily lived in the west, while Denisovans inhabited the east. During their migration eastward, Neanderthals encountered Denisovans and possibly even our human ancestors, Homo sapiens. This is likely what led to the interspecies union between her father and mother. DNA analysis further revealed that the girl's Denisovan father had an ancient ancestor who was a Neanderthal, while her mother came from the Neanderthal group in Western Europe. Other evidence indicates that these two groups of people coexisted until about 40,000 years ago. Based on fossil evidence of species within the Homo genus, many previous studies have shown that these species interbred. Modern African DNA shows that people of African descent inherited a small percentage of Neanderthal DNA, while some African populations also carry a small amount of Denisovan DNA from Asia. This suggests that Homo sapiens, our species, once interbred with other human species. However, this is the first time scientists have found a direct 50-50 hybrid child between two different human species. Bense Viola, a member of the research team from the University of Toronto, Canada, explained that the remains found were pieces of long bone fragments, which allowed them to estimate the girl's age to be around 13 or a little older. 3,300-year-old hair. At a cemetery near the ancient city, now known as Amarna, archaeologists discovered many skeletons, one of which still had a complete head of hair with several intricately braided sections. It is known that during the reign of Pharaoh Akhenaten, around 1353 to 1335 BCE, this area was considered the new capital of Egypt. Akhenaten was a reformist pharaoh who initiated a religious revolution, shifting worship from Ra, the sun god, to Aten, the sun disk, establishing monotheism in the process. The city of Amarna was abandoned shortly after Pharaoh Akhenaten's death. The Amarna project was initiated to study all aspects related to this ancient city, including the hairstyles of women during that time. One of the most interesting discoveries was the skull of a woman who lived 3,300 years ago. Her remains were not mummified, but were simply bones wrapped in a mat. Archaeologist Jolanda Boss noted that the woman had a very elaborate hairstyle with around 70 braids at various points on her head. However, it remains a mystery whether this hairstyle was created before burial or was part of her daily style. Additionally, Boss discovered other intriguing hairstyles. Some skulls had brown hair braided into loops around the ears, a popular style in Amarna at the time. One skull had hair extensions, but these extensions featured different hair colors, suggesting they were made from hair of various individuals. In some cases, fat was used to secure and style the hair. This archaeologist also speculated that hair dyeing might have been practiced during this time when she discovered a skull with gray hair that also had some orange-red hues. Researchers are still analyzing this dyed hair, but they believe it was dyed using henna, a plant-based material that has been used for hair dyeing for over 6,000 years. Notably, archaeologists found a wide variety of hairstyles among the 100 skulls discovered, 28 of which still had hair, ranging from short, curly black hair to mid-length straight brown hair. They believe this diversity could be due to differences between ethnic groups. Child sacrifices in a sacred cemetery. Archaeologists have recently uncovered evidence of tragic child sacrifices that were carried out to combat the effects of El Niño about 600 years ago. Specifically, this sorrowful cemetery contained 56 child skeletons, aged 11 to 14, and 30 young camel skeletons, dating from 1200 to 1400 AD. Other evidence suggests that this brutal ritual was performed to appease the gods and stop the floods caused by El Niño. The remains belong to the Chimu civilization, a pre-Incan culture that flourished but quickly declined in Peru, located in the Huanchaco district near the coastal city of Trujillo in northeast Peru. Professor John Verano, an anthropologist at Tulane University, USA, and a member of the research team, stated that there is substantial evidence showing that this is not just an ordinary children's cemetery, but rather the result of sacrificial rituals. Members of various Chimu social classes voluntarily sacrifice their children in hopes of placating the wrath of nature. These adolescents died simply wrapped in cloth without being buried in any ritualistic manner, reflecting the social classes of the time. Archaeologists discovered the first skeletons in early May. Additionally, in April, the remains of 140 children and 200 young camels were discovered just a few kilometers from the excavation site. Child sacrifice was a common ritual in many civilizations in Peru, including the famous Inca civilization. The Chimu civilization developed on the remnants of the Moche culture along the Peruvian coast from the first half of the 14th century. It was the largest empire in Peru until the Inca civilization emerged. They lived in a desert strip 30 to 160 kilometers wide between the Pacific Ocean and the Andes Mountains. This was a complex civilization with a deeply stratified society. They built many cities and large irrigation systems, and their survival relied primarily on agricultural production. 5,500-year-old city gate. Archaeologists in Israel made a remarkable discovery when they unearthed a 5,500-year-old city gate at Tel Arani. Unlike the typical mud brick constructions, this gate is a testament to ancient engineering, made from massive stones dating back to the early Bronze Age. With an impressive height of about 1.5 meters, the gate features a stone passage through the city walls, flanked by two sturdy stone watchtowers. The architectural structure of the gate has drawn the attention of archaeologists, especially because it exists alongside another gate built with the more common mud brick material, in line with the rest of the settlement. Upon careful analysis of pottery fragments found along the gate, archaeologists determined that both structures were in use during the same period. The ancient gate served a dual purpose, acting as both a defensive city wall and a symbol of political, social, and economic power during the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt. This unification marked the end of the Bronze Age. This discovery is likely the first of its kind, as such a large gate from the early Bronze Age has never before been found, making it a significant historical find. The construction of the gate and walls required transporting stones from distant locations, as well as producing mud brick for the walls. The history of Tel Arani stretches back to the Paleolithic period, but settlement primarily took place during the Bronze Age. The presence of Bronze Age pottery provides insight into Tel Arani's active trade relations with neighboring regions like Negev and the Judean Desert. 2,500-year-old mummification workshop. Archaeologists have recently uncovered a 2,500-year-old mummification workshop at the Saqqara Cemetery near the ancient city of Memphis, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. In the mummification workshop, archaeologists found bone fragments, bowls, cups, and various substances used in the mummification process. Digging another 30 meters down, they discovered burial chambers. Here, the archaeologists found 5 mummies, one of which had a gold mask with precious stones and wooden and stone coffins. Additionally, they discovered small Shabti figurines, meant to accompany the deceased to the afterlife. Archaeologists believe this important discovery may help experts better understand the types of oils used in the complex mummification process of ancient Egyptians during the 26th dynasty. Ramadan Hussein, leader of the German-Egyptian research team, stated that the discovery of this mummification workshop presents a golden opportunity to study the chemical composition of the embalming oils used. 6,000 ancient tombs beneath a park. While constructing a technology park in the southwest of Chengdu, Sichuan Province, China, a team of archaeologists accidentally uncovered more than 6,000 ancient tombs dating back to the Warring States period, 475 to 221 BCE, the Qin dynasty, 221 to 207 BCE, the Han dynasty, 202 BCE to 220 CE, the Ming dynasty, 1368 to 1644, and the Qing dynasty, 1636 to 1912. Most of the tombs were carved into small rock faces or built with bricks and contained tens of thousands of ceramic shards and stone artifacts. Alongside the tombs, the team also uncovered over 10,000 relics, including porcelain, bronze, jade, and glass items. There were also cultural artifacts such as gold-plated bronze knives, Buddhist statues, and small figurines. Based on the scale and design of the interior, the team believes the tombs may belong to aristocrats. However, many mysteries still remain in the excavation area, which require further investigation and analysis. According to Zhuo Jiqiang, a researcher from the Chengdu Institute of Cultural Relics and Archaeology, the discovery will help build a document on burial practices, rituals, and the concept of tombs during the late Han Dynasty and the Three Kingdoms period. 2,500-year-old gold necklaces. Sergio Marchiandi, a worker for a local water company, accidentally discovered 2 gold necklaces among some rocks while working in Cavandi, Asturias, in the northwest of Spain. However, the necklaces had broken into several pieces. These necklaces are truly impressive and could help scientists learn more about the Iron Age, from around the 5th to 2nd century BCE. It is known that some gold necklaces from the Iron Age have been discovered, but most were found in the 18th or 19th centuries, when archaeological techniques were more limited. As a result, a significant amount of information about their origins was lost. In this case, the archaeological site remains intact, providing scientists with better context for the necklaces. The 2 necklaces show signs of wear at the points where they came into contact with the skin and clothing of the wearer, meaning they had been used. This type of necklace was typically associated with the elite, as not everyone could afford such jewelry at the time. Both necklaces showcase the exceptional skills of an ancient goldsmith, featuring techniques such as casting, repoussé, beadwork, soldering, and incorporating both aesthetic and geometric designs. However, dating the jewelry is difficult, but archaeologists believe it is no more than 2,500 years old. Local authorities have stated that this discovery is highly unusual given the quality and skill of the craftsmanship, and it opens up new avenues for research on one of the most iconic types of gold jewelry from the Iron Age. 2,300-year-old glass workshop. Archaeologists in the Czech Republic have unearthed the oldest known glass workshop, located in the northern Alps, at a site that may have been used for ritual purposes. This is part of a settlement once known as Nemchus, which was active throughout the 3rd and 2nd centuries BCE, producing a variety of exquisite glass bracelets and beads. During the excavation, archaeologists also found over 2,000 gold and silver coins minted by the Celts living in continental Europe, indicating that this site was a trade center. Researchers discovered Nemchus in 2002, and subsequent surveys revealed sunken huts, bronze amulets, and scattered coins throughout the area. The coins suggest that Nemchus may have been part of the Amber Road, a vast network in Central Europe connecting the Baltic Sea to the Mediterranean region. However, it was more than 20 years later that they found the glass workshop. Although glass-making tools were not found, researchers discovered a mix of finished and unfinished glass as well as amber items, which suggests these items were crafted locally, not imported. Notably, in addition to the artifacts, researchers found a square structure similar to ancient temples used for rituals, similar to a site called Sandburg in Austria, which was once occupied by the Celts. Ancient Persian City. In a statement on March 9th, the Israel Antiquities Authority reported that these ruins, located in what is now the city of Nahariya in northern Israel, include residential areas with buildings, streets, commercial zones, industrial sites, and places of worship. Among the items found were ceramic bowls, jugs, and various other objects brought by the Phoenicians, the ancient seafaring people from distant lands. Despite tensions between the Persian Empire and ancient Greece at the time, the residents of this city maintained trade relations with Greece through the Phoenicians, who dominated maritime trade in the eastern Mediterranean. Researchers found that both sides exchanged knowledge and construction techniques. Studies suggest that this was a multicultural city, combining Persian imperial organization with Greek-influenced construction techniques such as the use of concrete for a liquid processing facility in the industrial zone. This technique was not common in Persia at the time, but was adopted due to Greek influence in later periods. As you can see, from strange mummies and underground mysteries to never-before-seen artifacts, each discovery raises a series of questions about the history and evolution of humanity. These unusual phenomena, such as relics bearing the marks of ancient civilizations, suggest that many secrets remain to be uncovered. This keeps scientists pondering and searching for answers to the mysteries that have yet to be explained. Sometimes, certain discoveries even frighten them. What about you? Which archaeological discovery has impressed you the most? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. For now, goodbye and see you next time.